Welcome to this YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe so that any of the next videos that I'll be posting, you'll not miss out on them. My name is Julia Gidoi, and this is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but finally the day is here. Well, I intend to make this YouTube channel more of a lifestyle, parenting, kind of a channel. Hopefully you're going to get along with me. One of the things that I'm very passionate about is parenting. Probably because I got my first child at the tender age of 23. And from that time, it has been one experience to another. And I can say that as much as it has been challenging once in a while, it has been an amazing journey. So I am looking forward to sharing with you what I have experienced and how I've been able to solve different challenges in my parenting journey so far. I'll be doing a get to know me tag soon, so look out for that video coming up. It's probably going to be the next video that I'm going to post, so that as we get along from here, you're going to have an idea of who exactly I am. One of the interesting experiences I've had with my son, my 8-year-old son, is how to react when other kids treat your kid in an unkind way. I'm trying not to use the word bully when other kids bully your kid, because I think that's a strong word. Although there are instances where the only word you can use is bully. So 3 instances I've had is one time when we were in a certain hospital, and in that hospital there are seats set for kids, but there are not too many seats. There are about four seats where kids sit and they play. I think there are also toys there. So this young boy, he seemed to be like 4 years old, had just left his seat and gone to his mother. So when my son saw that the seat is empty, he went and sat there, only for the young boy to come back minutes later. And he told my son to stand from the seat he was in. And my son silently stood. I was like, really? Really? And mark you, my son is 8 years old. So I was like, really? Why did you even stand? Why did you even stand, But then again, you cannot react in such a situation, because it's like, well, how does he even stand when a 4-year-old tells him to stand? 4-year-old, naturally, as a mother, naturally, I'd be like, he's 8 years old. He's in a position to, keep sitting, because those are seats for kids that come to that hospital. So I was like, okay, fine. So all I did was I just gave the mom a certain look, like, how does that happen and you're not doing anything, Because if it was me, to be honest, I don't know, I would probably have told my son that anyone can sit on those seats. Anyone. It doesn't mean that when you stand from the seat and you get back, you'll still find the seat empty. Or once you get back and find someone seated on the seat you are seated in, you should tell them to come out of the seat. I really don't think that's right. Secondly, was this time when they had gone for a certain school trip, and he came back crying. I was like, what's up? And naturally, as a mother, when your kid comes crying to you, you're like, oh my god, what has happened to my kid? What is wrong? And I was like, okay, you're from a trip. I expect you to come back happy, and that's not the case. You're back and you're crying. So I was like, what happened? And then he was like, as we were coming back, some kid told me to come out of the seat I was in, and I go sit in another seat, and they were telling me to go to my wife, something like that. I was like, what? I was I was literally, I was mad. I was angry. I was mad. I was like, okay, how does that even happen? And the sad thing is, these are kids who are just in grade three and two. So at that case, I didn't even know how to react to that. So all I did was just go to school and make it known to the head teacher, because I tend to believe that if a kid who is being unkind to another kid, when nothing is done to that, it accelerates. It becomes more and more as they grow. They become, more unkind. And I honestly don't think, as a parent, you want your kid to grow up as an unkind child. No, I want to believe that as a parent, you want your kid, well, to grow up as not unkind. Then there was this time, actually, it's not so long ago, just the other day, as they were playing outside. He came back, and I was in the bedroom. He came back silently, and he entered the bedroom. At first, I was like, "Why are you entering without knocking?" He didn't say a word. Just about to cry. I was like, "Oh, what's up? What has happened?" And he could not even talk. Actually, when I asked him what has happened, that is when now he broke down, and he started crying. And interestingly, just the other day, about 2 days ago, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and the same thing happened to his son. I don't have her permission, but the son just did as my son did that day. That when they're bothered by something, they silently they become silent at first, and then when you ask them, that is when now they break down. I think I don't know, maybe I'll get to learn more about it, but I tend to think from that, it's that mainly happens to boys. Boys, unlike girls, do not express themselves as easily as girls do. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why many suicidal cases are coming from boys. If you've noticed, most suicidal cases are coming from men, because men, unlike we women, we are able to express ourselves. When a woman is going through a rough time, in most cases they'll have someone who they'll share it with. But if a guy is going through rough time, it will take so much effort, probably until his breaking point, which is so sad, which is so sad. So that day he came to the bedroom, and I was like, what has happened? What's wrong? And he broke down. Now he started crying. I was like, oh my god, what is wrong this time? And he was like, It's some boy in class 7 who is telling me to that I've spoiled his bike. Yet I've not uh, ridden his bicycle at all. And the boy is like, it's you who doesn't know how to ride a bicycle. So go tell your mom to give you money. I take this bicycle to the fundi. I was like, what? Like what? And of course, as always, as a mother, I walk out. I go with him. I tell him, you come show me the boy. So that I go find out exactly what has happened. Because again, a challenge that we mothers experience is you do not just wake up and go and react on someone else's child. You don't do that. It's all right. I wouldn't want anyone doing that to my son as well, to my child as well. No, 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 you don't do that. You come to me, tell me the problem, and then as the mother, I'll see how to discipline my child. Because if everyone takes their anger to your child, it'll be a disaster. It's gonna be disastrous. And again, it's not right. It's not right. So I was actually very careful as I was coming out of the house to go see that boy and hear what's happening, because again, boys are just boys. My son could be lying as well. You know, you never know. So I go to the boy. I actually find him where he was waiting for my son, and he was like, and I was like, what has happened? Then he was like, Clarence has spoiled my bike, and I told him to come for money so that I can take my bike to the fundi. And I was like, okay, when did he spoil your bike? And he was like, it's because he doesn't know how to ride a bicycle. Interestingly, it's not that my son doesn't know how to ride a bicycle. He's still at the young stages of knowing how to ride a bike. So I was like, okay, was he riding your bicycle when by the time it was getting spoiled? He was like, nope. Did he take your bicycle today? Nope. When did he take your bike last? I can't remember. I was like, oh, really? And you can tell him to come for money because he has spoiled your bike. And I asked the boy, do you think it's right what you've done? He was like, no. And I asked him, would you be happy if someone told you to go for money because you've spoiled their bike, yet you've not even taken their bike? No. Of course, I got a relief because I was like, thank God my son did not spoil this boy's bike, because you never know what could have happened anyway. You never know what could have happened. And people can be dramatic. People can be dramatic. And the good thing is there were other kids around. And they're also like, no, he has not taken this boy's bike. So we also don't know why he's asking him to come for money. And I was like, problem solved. And I asked that boy, are we in agreement that he's not the one who has spoiled your bike? He was like, yeah. But then later, after that experience, I was like, this is the third case where I've had to defend my son as the mother. I asked myself, this is a boy. This is a son I'm handling. And I would want him to know, in this day and age, you want your child to know how to defend themselves. Because otherwise, people will step on him so many times. So I was like, as a mother, how do I know? How should I react to such cases? Or how can I teach my son how to defend himself? You know, those are some of the things that really don't come with a manual. And it actually got into me because I don't want one day when my son is a grown up and he's running to me for help, for me to come and defend him. I don't think it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. So I later asked myself questions of how do I teach my son, how to defend himself? And maybe that's something I'll need to do some research on. And you can as well tell me, how do you teach a boy children how to defend themselves? Because I'm sure I'm not the only one who has experienced this or is experiencing this. I would love to know what you guys do as mothers, as aunties, as sisters, as fathers. How do you teach your sons, nephews, brothers how to defend themselves? Because I think some things really don't come naturally. I think I'll end this vlog here. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. And you can actually suggest a name for you people, my followers. Suggest a name that you would want me to be referring you with. And as I have said, I'm looking forward to this journey. Remember to subscribe. Remember to click on the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you get to know and you won't miss out on any video. I'm looking forward to hearing your views on how you teach your sons and the boy children around you how to defend themselves. Until next time, it has been lovely talking to you. Goodbye.